the last work thing I did was the Tuesday before Hurricane Ian, and then basically after that week was a wash. I didn't work at all, and then the week after, which would have been last week, was just going around and trying to find places to get internet to not just do work stuff, but also like file claims and do all those things. I would say probably, I'm not technically, haven't been off because I'm always checking in and stuff, but I've probably the last 2 weeks only worked half time. My entire job is basically being connected. The majority of my work is probably done via email and Slack, and then I would say on average I'm doing anywhere from 13 to 15 hours of video conferencing a week. I think maybe I've only been here 3 or 4 days. I had a friend who has internet that lives like 2 miles away, so I went and worked there a day, and then Harbor Social, like I went and worked there, and then there was another little, there was a juice bar in town that said they had internet. When I got there they didn't, but I was able to tether for a little bit and make that work. I end up doing a lot of my work from 11 to 5, and then any head down more focused work I end up doing in the evenings or on weekends and stuff. So in terms of like when I have to be working, it's pretty flexible for me, which has been a killer without internet because I can't work at home. Like 5, 6 a.m. is like a time when I like to get stuff done, and that's been taken away. So it's been an adjustment.
It's actually my first day back working because we don't have Wi-Fi, we don't have internet at our house. I mean, we have power, we just got power back the other day, but we don't have, Xfinity hasn't come out, so I'm finally actually getting back to work. I mean, I've had people calling. I mean, I've had some people tell me that, you know, Alex, don't call me anymore because I don't want to come down to Florida because of the hurricane. I don't want to move down there anymore, but other than that, I mean, I haven't really been able to do much. I was supposed to have 3 showings, and I was supposed to put in an offer this week, but wasn't able to do that. We can't get back in there because there's a bunch of windows smashed. Our specific room, there's glass everywhere, tables got flipped, the roof got a lot of damage. There was a lot of like water inside the building, which I don't know how, because see, our office, it's not just like a normal building like this, it's inside a bank. So we're on like the 14th floor or something like that, and still it got wrecked. So we won't be in there for a while. We're maybe talking about maybe switching locations, but we don't know. I don't have, like my service down at my house is really bad, so I can't even use the hotspot. I mean, I pay for a hotspot, but I can't use it because it doesn't really work that well. So pretty much all that I know of is pretty much the library, because I think that's the only place that has free Wi-Fi where I can sit down and work.
This is the first day at the library. I was at the community center, but they're getting overloaded there, so they sent me here. Oh yeah, it's great here. It's really good. My boss called me and I whispered, and he asked me if I was sleeping. I'm like, no, I'm at the library. I'm working here. I have LTE. It's very limited, so I'm not able to get a work connection to my work computer at home. Parking, I had to get creative. Like, there were no parking spots. I ended up parking on the street. I work for a pharmaceutical company, and I do business analytics for them. And so I support a team that works with generic drugs. And so I haven't been able to support them. I am one of 6 people who do my job, and so the other people on my team are located throughout the country. So they've been able to cover for me, which has been great. It's a very virtual world, the environment I'm in. And so without internet, I can't do anything. I can't even get my files because they're all in Teams, which is all internet-based. So I really have to be connected, and it's got to be a good connection. I didn't really realize how much internet dependent I was. Like all of my apps, like my tracking apps, my banking apps, like Hoopla for reading books and listening to books. Like there's just so much that we're plugged into that I kind of forgot about. So yeah, it was almost like, it wasn't scary. It was almost like, oh, I get to take a break from it. But then after 2 weeks, it's like too much of a break.